Once again, guys, we have art tracing thievery, so let us get into this because this involves Cult of the Lamb. So this is between these two VTubers, the first one going by the name of Maku and the second one going by the name of Lineko. Also, just disclaimer, this might be a little bit jumbled because the original tweet that kicked all of this off by Mako was actually deleted. So therefore, I have the comments and stuff that Mako made, but not the original tweet to go off of. I did see the original tweet though. So Maku had opened up commissions for little Cult of the Lamb chibis. So it started Friday, August 16th. In the DM, Lineko first said, hi, I want to ask for that Cult of the Lamb your character here, if I can ask for prices. Mako says, hi, it's $50. And Lineko says, with the rigging or only the illustration? Mako says, just the art. And Lineko says, can I use in PNG tuber? Mako says, yes, you can, and includes open up and mouth closed PNG plus fully cut up and ready to rig model. Lineko says, do you have more examples or only the ones I see in the post? I'm really interested. So here is the your character here graphic. So as you can see, these are the commissions that Mako offers. These are super cute. I love how adorable they are. I'm a big Cult of the Lamb fan, by the way. I've already replayed the game twice, so this is adorable. As you can see, there's a pretty distinctive style to the artwork. It is reminiscent of the main character of Cult of the Lamb, which does have a very simple character design. But as you can see, extra hair is added. The Cult of the Lamb looks a little bit different. It's very fluffy. A lot of the Lamb characters have the signature V that a lot of VTubers have, the V-shaped bangs that are side swept and the fluffy hair and little accessories. Mako sends the screenshots and Lineko says, ow, so cute and evil. I really like it. Approximately how much do you need to make it? Mako says 50 and Lineko says, time, sorry, my bad English, I'm from Spain. And then as you can see, Mako is now blocked. But Mako had made a tweet calling out Lineko because right after DMing, Lineko opens up their own Cult of the Lamb Your Character Here slots. And they write, Cult of the Lamb Your Character Here slots are now available on VGen. Get your own OC drawn in the Cult of the Lamb style, PNG Tuber package available as an add-on. Limited slots available, link below. Retweets are super appreciated. And we can see the artwork. So as you can see, the characters are looking a little interesting. So under a tweet that got deleted, Mako adds, I don't know how to feel. I know I don't own Cult of the Lamb, but this feels very traced of my versions. Why do you need to block me too if this wasn't intentional? I'm so upset and also confused. We have Dark Fantasy Enjoy writing, you falsely accuse somebody of stealing from you and hope they don't block you. It's insane. The style doesn't belong to you. If somebody does something similar, it doesn't have to be yours. Maku says, I know it doesn't belong to me, but this is my version. I didn't hope for them to block me too. I only found out I was blocked when a mutual sent me a screenshot of their art. I looked up their username and saw I was blocked before I can even DM them anything. So Dark Fantasy Enjoyer quote retweets another post that a user by Millie Pillar writes. So in the video, Millie Pillar writes, using a video game style and then complaining that other people are using it too, accusing them of tracing your art seems totally unfair for all of those who accuse Lineko of being a thief. Watch this video. I want to see if you dare continue to falsely accuse. So they're doing copy and paste of the mouth, showing it's not traced. They're showing the two eyes, how the shapes are different. And Millie says, and Mako, people can block you for many things, not necessarily because they're going to do something bad. I have experienced firsthand what it's like to have your art copy and pasted, but this is not the case. Please reflect and apologize. Mako says, why should I? And this version is my new VTuber model version. The trace art I meant is my PNG tuber versions. I won't apologize, especially since she blocked me before I could even question it. And here is a video that Mako added of the overlap. So the original art is theirs. The overlap art piece is Lineko's. And it is looking really similar. And then in another reply to the original deleted tweet, Mako had added 0.5. Of course, people will overlay her art on top of my VTuber model Cult of the Lamb character since it was my latest post, but not the one I made from April. Remember the other person Mimi that we showed where they overlapped the two models and they're like, it doesn't even look the same. But Mako was like, yeah, that's because I made more than one Cult of the Lamb character. Lineko traced one of the characters, not the other one, but you use the other one as a comparison. Maku adds again, and yes, I don't own Cult of the Lamb in all caps. Of course not. My point is their style looks similar to my version. If it's not coincidental, then why is the need to block? I couldn't even ask her anything because I was blocked way before the call out. We all reference the same character as it's the lovable cult leader. It's no one to own. But the style, down to the eyebrows, the way the mouth is further from the original Cult of the Lamb character, I tried my best to make it more of a chibi anime style, unlike the game where the face is squished together. I tried to at least make it a little bit unique. To say it's a coincidence is crazy because I know a lot of artists that have done a Cult of the Lamb the same like me and they all look different compared to this one. Oh, and I just want to add another example of somebody who could do a Cult of the Lamb character in a different style. Here we have Nixie Len writing, I have my own silly style of it, and they have a really cute rendition of the Cult of the Lamb character. Nothing like the one Mako made, but they still reference the same character. So going back to Lineko's tweet about the Your Character Here commissions, they commented, for all the people saying I'm stealing art, literally this is my reference for the Your Character Here. And the reference photo is the Cult of of the Lamb character. Let us do our own research overlap study so we can see and come to a conclusion. So over here, I've opened up all 3 images. Let me just clean this up for you guys real quick. So again, for clarification, this one on the right is Mako's, the one in the middle is Lineko's, and the one on the left is the original Cult of the Lamb character. So if I take Lineko's artwork, lower the opacity, if I drag Lineko's artwork over Mako's artwork, I did crop off like one tail of the crown here. Basically 1-to-1, everything, eyeliner down. Right, as you can see, the shape of the cape, the legs even curl in a little bit, just the way Mako's does. The eyes are basically 1-to-1, and the mouth is 1-to-1 as well. The only difference is the rendering, in which Lineko has a much more shiny way of rendering. Now let's drag Lineko's piece over the Cult of the Lamb character she claims to have referenced. I mean, to give benefit of doubt, right? Let's try to tweak it a little bit more to get it to fit. It's really not looking as similar. It's still similar, but there's a lot of differences. The mouth is smaller, the head shape is different, the bell location is different, the leg positions are different, fluff of the lamb is different. But let me try that with Mako's piece. Yeah, I'm just saying, when you put the 3 together, the middle character is looking a lot more like the one on the right than the one on the left. Again, that's just me. Let me know your thoughts. Then Maku had written she belongs in here for real, lol JK, but that's crazy. And that was a photo of the original lineup of the Your Character Heroes with all of their artwork. And then Maku edited Lineko's art in there. And as you can see, you basically can't even tell. Lineko's art is shinier because that is just their rendering style. But boy, oh boy, it takes like 2, 3, 4 looks before you realize that one is the imposter. Maku then added, quote, "It's not tracing if you both reference from one game," end quote. "I know the difference of referencing versus tracing. Plus, why would she block me if she wasn't going to do something shady? This is our DMs. I didn't say anything that deserves a block." These were the DMs that I showed you, by the way. But I definitely do agree too. 2 people can reference the same game, but have artwork that looks very different. Even if the game has a simplified character like Cult of the Lamb. I just did the 1-to-1 overlap for you guys, and it was, I would say not all of it is traced, right? A lot of the head element is their own additions, but the body is basically 1-to-1 with Mako's art. The lore gets deeper, guys. It gets deeper. Maku then adds, they even copied this sweet girl's text, a text. Also, this is an example of a reference. Nowhere identical to mine, and she's also unique in her own way. So this is an artwork made by Lizabelle, who wrote, Cult of the Lamb, Your Character Here slots are now available on Coffee. Get your own OC drawn in the Cult of the Lamb style. PNG Tuber package available as an add-on. Limited slots available, link below. Retweets are super appreciated. And the photo of the Cult of the Lamb characters, it looks super cute, and the style is really different. Like, as you can see here, it's different in the ways the hands are drawn. They actually gave the character thumbs, which Maku didn't. There's no lamb fluff. They just gave him straight hair. No lamb fluff whatsoever. And the shape of the bell and everything, the body position's all different. Take a note of the text that Lizabelle wrote. They use red flag emoji. Cult of the Lamb slots are all in capitalized, and then now available on Coffee space exclamation mark. All the bullet points are hearts, and the retweet is a little retweet emote with hashtag VTuber support beam, hashtag VTuber art. Let's look at Lineko's tweet. Lineko's tweet was made 13 minutes after Lizabelle's. Lizabelle's was posted 7:02 a.m. August 30th. Lineko's tweet was 7:15 a.m. August 30th. So Lizabelle's tweet came first. Red flag emoji. Cult of the Lamb, Your Character slot, all capitalized, are now available on VGen, space exclamation mark. All the bullet points are all hearts. The retweet is the same retweet emoji, but they did use different hashtags. Wow, even the text is the same. And then we have other people laughing as well. Conpei Mimi writes, that is what we call in scientific bad cringe. Alternative 5 writes, wow, I know that person. This is so bad. Why would they do this? Akuji writes, that is so weird. So Maku then follows up the next day, today, writing, she finally unblocked me and I thought we were going to come to a conclusion. I asked her to confirm a few questions I had. It wasn't even much, but again, I was blocked. No choice but to post more proof. Thank you for sending me this. I won't show names so they can stay clear from drama, but Lineko traced this from another creator too. And so this is a DM with somebody who is a sorry to read that. A friend of mine and I was looking into her drawings and we found that it's not her first time doing this. Look, and here's a 1-to-1. So as we can see, the pose, the hand position, the tongue, 1-to-1. And the creator goes by the handle Starry Neko Art on Twitter. Lizabelle, the one with the other Cult of Lamb, Your Character Here commission, was like, no way. And Hitishi writes, it's obvious what her intentions were here. She asked questions about the product, blocked, then started making the same thing. Some people really don't deserve to have a platform. And this was the artist in question. Starry Niku Art quote retweeted Maku's writing, wow, some people really have no morals, huh? Thank you for the tag in the comments. I would have never seen this. Tracing my art is one thing, but tracing then selling it as your own is so messed up. Please be aware of this Lineko person. Avoid or block them. And as you can see, Lineko had written, and this was written in Spanish, and here's the artwork, and then you can overlap it And this is the original artwork by Starry Nico Art, which looks so pretty, by the way. This is gorgeous. Starry adds, I would bet the majority, if not all of their work is stolen or traced. Just don't interact or harass them, please. Just block and move on. Kanpei Mimi says, the fact that they try to justify it too by saying, well, it was personal use for this trace, so it's okay. Starry says, these are most definitely not personal use. What the F? The icon she traced was actually for a coffee supporter. So incredibly rude of them. Shimmer says, this is so shitty to see. We used to be mutuals up until I found out they traced Mako's art and now yours? Ugh, what the F? Blocked and moving on. I have no time for tracers. Starry says, it's unfortunate to see, but the best thing to do in this case is just to block and move on. They don't need any more attention. Tan writes, I had a feeling looking at their art it was all trace styles, but I didn't think they'd trace your work, Starry. Starry adds, yeah, there's definitely a certain type of look to trace art that gives it away. Style inconsistencies is a dead giveaway too. And then Maku made a tweet stating, also, if you want the base of how I made it, here you go, you can have it. And they quickly redrew it. So it's a 15-second speed paint where they're showing themselves redrawing the base without referencing an image. Could it be done in Procreate and they have an image hidden behind it? Maybe. But I mean, this is one way to potentially prove that you made the artwork. You know, they literally redrew the base from scratch without a reference as far as we could see. And it looks very similar to the ones that they were selling. And for further proof, they showed a real-time 3-minute video of them drawing it. Which is crazy. Like, I don't understand how much proof Maku has to provide. I feel like, to me, it's very clear that this Lineko person has, one, a history of tracing artwork because they've done it to more than one person, but two, when we do the side-by-side, the Lineko art looks so much closer to Maku's art than it does the character they claim to have referenced, like the image they claim to have referenced. Maku finally adds, this goes to show you really can't voice your concerns if you have a bigger following. You will only be seen as a bully. Regarding the issue, I was blocked again before we can come to a conclusion, so I won't speak of the matter anymore. I really can't do anything else, lol, take it how you wanna. This will be my last and final post. I will also discontinue the Cult of the Lamb VTuber model services if you so want. You can commission her instead. Again, I do not own Cult of the Lamb art style, but I'll leave this here for you to judge. I bid everybody a wonderful night. And let's take a look at the video that was attached. This video is basically exactly what you can see, what I had showed you guys. When you overlap Lineko's art with the VTuber model that Maku claimed to they have traced, it's looking damn similar. Really, really, really similar. To where the only inconsistencies you could see in the body and stuff is due to it being traced, you know, just like a little bit shakier of a hand, maybe you drew the circle a little bit wider. This to me is clearly traced. Maku adds, since nothing really came of this and she just blocked me in the end rather than answer my questions, I gave up trying to confront her about it. I deleted my post as well, but I'll leave my time lapse up for safekeeping. This service is now discontinued in my coffee and vegan comps, so please refrain from asking. I know she'll still use it regardless, so you guys can commission from there if you want. I'm seriously shocked by the entire situation, but since it wasn't resolved in the end and there's nothing else to do about it, I just deleted the post and blocked her. I'll be moving on from this situation now and continue on with my work. Thank you to those who saw my concerns and to those who think I'm in the wrong. Your opinions are valid too. However, I'll stick to my beliefs and that's that. We'll now move on from this. Good luck to her and I hope this doesn't happen to anybody else in the future. Donnie writes, you did such an amazing art for me and everybody else. I'm sorry your work is being stolen. Mako says, in the end, I was labeled as a bully, so I won't say anything else anymore. Thank you for appreciating my work. Had to ask a really, really valid question. Why instead of people going and attacking her, they ask her for proof that she really did it? The time lapse will be enough. I understand the anger and the desire to attack the girl, but it's better to pressure her to publish the time lapse instead of showing an image that is supposedly its basis. Sink says, I'm sorry this happened to you and really sad that this service is no longer going to be offered. Here's my thing. I don't like this narrative, right? I hate it when something bad happens to a bigger creator, right? Maku has 7,000 followers on Twitter. If somebody does Maku wrong and Maku calls them out on it, the whole narrative is, oh my god, you're a bully, or like you're trying to deplatform the small artists. What's Maku supposed to do? Maku was blocked, so they couldn't even message Lineko even if they wanted to. And secondly, Lineko is out here blatantly tracing people's artwork and profiting off of it. They trace Maku's artwork clearly. They also trace Starry's artwork. Is Maku, as a bigger creator, supposed to what? Sit back, sit on their hands, and let Lineko just keep profiting off of their artwork? Is that what's supposed to happen? That doesn't sound very fair to me. I feel like a lot of people on the internet also forget because maybe they're chronically online, I don't know. No matter how many followers somebody has, there's a human being behind the screen at the end of the day. Maku is a human being who is just trying to make some cute little art, minding their own business, and a bad actor comes out of the blue, tracing their artwork, trying to profit off of it. Maku is supposed to what? Roll over like a dead dog and let Lineko do that? That's not fair whatsoever. In this scenario, Maku's art came first. Lineko's art came after their artwork. If anything in this scenario, the burden of proof would fall on Lineko because in the chronological order of when things happened, Maku's artwork appeared first. So it is logical and reasonable, even if you don't even do the side-by-side comparison to see how similar they are, attribute that artwork to be like, okay, this was Maku's idea. And then when you do the side-by-side, it is basically one-to-one, right? And then Maku, with the burden of proof on the other party, still provided substantial evidence to show the time lapses, to show the comparison one-to-one and how similar it was, and they redrew it by hand as well. Like, I feel like, if anything, Maku has provided substantial proof to show that this artwork was theirs and it was their idea. And again, the whole narrative, oh, they just referenced the same character. If they both reference the same character, and Lineko has shown a photo of the pose they referenced, supposedly the character they referenced, why does Lineko's art look more similar to Maku's art than the character they actually referenced? Again, please don't go and harass people. That is not cool. That is not what we're aiming to do here, okay? It is so unfortunate to Maku that they've experienced bullying and harassment over somebody else stealing their artwork. I am at a loss of words for that, truly. So anyways, to conclude all of this, I'm so sorry this happened to Maku and Starry as well, because they both had their art stolen. I will link their socials down below so you can go check them out. I know Maku isn't doing the Cult of the Lamb commissions anymore, but if they do open up commissions for other stuff in the future and you like it, you should check them out. Same goes for Starry as well. And I really hope Lineko can learn to just draw on their own and stop stealing other people's art. And with that, if you like this video, I would appreciate it if you like and subscribe. I also stream on Twitch 3 days a week, Mondays, Wednesdays, Saturdays at 6 p.m. PST. Hope to catch you guys there or in another one of my videos.